A lot of y'all MAGA are counting on us to forgive and forget, because that's what liberals do, right? We forgive and we forget. We're the tolerant ones, not me, bitch. Not this liberal. I've saved screenshots and videos so that 20 years from now, when you're trying to tell your little grandbabies, oh, I wasn't a part of that. That was racist. When you're trying to act like you weren't a good little Nazi, I'm going to be there and I'm going to post that shit. Y'all remember that?
I find it so hilarious that Trump supporters are trying to tell us, oh my gosh, we regret our vote. We're sorry. It's too late. It's too late. What do you think? You think we were going to come with you guys in open arms and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You see the light now. Let's be best friends. No. Y'all destroyed the country because y'all did not want to see a qualified woman be president. And now look where it's got you.
Feels like it's getting more difficult because I'm gaining more empathy. And I don't think people really realize how counterintuitive the hate that I receive when you can take one look at my page and see that I am doing the work. I read a comment this morning that I'm not stitching because I don't want hate to come our way, but you'll understand why I'm reading it.
What do you make of the fact that the president is continuing to look backwards, right? It's 2026. He gave a speech about the 2020 election.
I would like to see him move forward and get off that topic.
It's past history. It shouldn't be relevant now.
Do you think that the president should be focusing on something else other than elections of years past?
Yeah. I mean, we got nothing going on right now with Iran and everybody. We ought to be, doing something over there and getting their ducks in a row. Iran's a big deal. But at the same time, there's a heck of a lot of us over here that really don't give a damn.
What do you want him focusing on instead?
Well, let's get Iran figured out. And, get Iran figured out, get the economy, get gas prices back down.
Do you think that's what he should be focusing on? Do you think that's what his speeches should be about right now?
I think so.
Do you believe the 2020 election was legitimate?
I think I have a lot of concerns with how things went in 2020. I don't have any proof.
What do you think you should be focusing on instead?
Our economy, gas prices, it's every time he gets into office, he says he's going to help farmers. And now fertilizer prices are going way up because of events around the world.
Someone who was raised MAGA, here are the 3 things that made me realize it's a cult so I could get the fuck out. Number 1, the fact that a lot of MAGA members would literally give up their religion if it meant following Trump. A lot of them fully believe that Trump is a savior and that he is like Jesus Christ. And while this is on the extreme end, a lot of them would do whatever he asked of them, and that is shown by how much he gets in donations from these people who don't have a lot to give. Number 2, the way that MAGA discourages free thinking and questions, generally speaking. If you do have a question and you ask anyone in MAGA, they will repeat the same bogus bullshit that is a tagline every single time. For instance, one time I asked what would happen to the immigrants of 20 or 30 years in America who have communities and families here. Would they be deported? And they simply said, anyone who is here illegally has to go. It is such a rehearsed tagline that they don't even actually consider what that would mean in their lives. And number 3, the insane merch and the way that they construct their identity around being part of this cult. It's their social life, it's their religion, it's everything, it's their way of life, it is who they are, which is way more than a politician should ever be in your life, ever.
We have got to be ready, especially as Christians, not just to forgive, but to welcome and embrace MAGA folks when they finally wake up and realize they've been bamboozled.
No. I don't understand why people are acting as if these people were fooled. They weren't fooled. This man had no coherent plan for anything. He makes no sense when he speaks. He ran a campaign saying that immigrants are eating cats and dogs. This is what these people were attracted to for 10 years, this type of rhetoric. What are we even talking about? You think I'm going to forgive somebody who just now recognizes it was a mistake to vote for him 3 times and only because gas prices are high right now? Not after women have lost reproductive rights, or he put ICE on the streets killing innocent people, or the LGBTQ community scared for their life, or them stripping back civil rights progress with DEI initiatives. Now, with gas prices going up, now they see the light all of a sudden. He didn't cross the line when he tried to overthrow democracy, when he was adjudicated for sexual assault, when he consistently demeans his opponents and political enemies, when he tries to restrict free speech from the press and anybody who talks bad against him, those aren't deal breakers. Give me a break, man. Like, these people were not fooled. They were attracted to this. They wanted this. I'm not going to sit here and forgive people for recognizing, not just admitting that this man is everything that we've said he was. They always knew he was. And just to end the conversation with, well, he just doesn't represent my conservative values. I'm still a Republican. No. I'm gonna forgive you so you could turn around and vote for J.D. Vance in a couple of years. Give me a break. Are you out of your mind? Like, these people, they need heavy deconstruction. Years upon years of deconstruction. And I'm not advocating for people like me to be mean to them or to exile them from society, but to let them have access to me? No.
What happens when people who once stood firmly behind a political decision begin asking for forgiveness and a fresh start? Across America, some voters say they have changed their minds and now want unity. But many others are asking, can trust be rebuilt overnight, or does accountability have to come first? Let's watch more clips and we'll come back to talk about it.
What don't you motherfuckers understand? If you stand with this administration, if you stand with Trump, you are on the wrong side of fucking history. And I want to tell you to get out before it's too late, but it's already too fucking late! And you guys don't see it, and I don't know how I can ever make you see it. So you want to know what? Fuck you guys! Fuck you! Fuck you! And that's it! It's way too late for you guys to, oh, I'm so wrong! You guys were so right! Way late, way gone. You guys are fucked up, and we don't forgive you. I won't forget. That's it. Like, fuck you guys. I'm so mad. I hate all of you. Every single one of you. That's it.
Should you forgive your MAGA friends and family members who are deculting? I am not a spiritual advisor who always advocates for forgiveness, because I come from Christianity where forgiveness is pushed onto victims in order to let perpetrators off the hook. So this is a conversation where I think privilege is a huge player. If you have been someone who has been directly affected by some of these policies, and you have been so hurt because someone voted for these policies that actively hurt you, you do not have to forgive. And even if you do forgive, you do not have to invite people back into your life. You don't have to debate them. It's not your job to educate them. You don't have to trust their judgment. You don't have to be a part of their life. And also, and the knitting cult lady talked about this too, who is more of an expert on cults than I am, when people are leaving a cult and are trying to deconstruct, if they have some soft landing platform, some grace from their friends and family who are able to, who are in a privileged position where they are able to provide some grace, it does help with the deconstruction process. It does help the cause. It does help them not to just be so shamed that they just go back, into the cult. And so for people who can be building bridges, that is great work, but not everybody has to. You are not morally obligated to forgive someone. If you do forgive someone, you are not morally obligated to let them back into your life. But if you are in a place where you can, building bridges is absolutely meaningful work that you can do in the world. And that is one of the positive things that you can do with privilege. That's one of the positive things that you can do with whiteness, where I have some currency in my whiteness to be able to do some bridge building work because I'm not as affected. Because even me, no-nonsense spirituality, the ultimate skeptic, was once an active Mormon, and I once believed that gayness was something like anger, something that was natural but that you should overcome. I once believed that. So while I take full accountability for the things that I did when I was Mormon and don't require anyone to forgive me, I also am grateful for the few people who helped me to deconstruct, who showed me where I was wrong, who gave me some grace, who helped me to talk things out so that I could see how and where I was wrong. And the people, that was emotional labor that people did. So my stance is, you are not morally obligated to forgive. You are not morally obligated to let someone back into their life, even if they swear that MAGA is behind them. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that to be a good person. That is not required of your morality. But what we can talk about is that this is a place where privilege can very much help a movement. We talk about privilege as if it's always bad, but there are some times where it is the privileged job to do something. And so I think this is one of those times.
Changing your mind is part of democracy. People learn new information, experience unexpected consequences, and sometimes rethink the decisions they have made. But rebuilding trust is often much harder than changing a vote. For many Americans, this debate isn't just about politics anymore. It's about immigration, healthcare, the economy, and civil rights, and whether the consequences of public policy have affected their families or communities. Some believe that if someone genuinely admits they were wrong, they deserve grace and a second chance. Others believe that apologies alone are not enough, that accountability requires time, consistent actions, and a willingness to repair the harm that was done. Both perspectives are part of a larger national conversation about responsibility, forgiveness, and reconciliation. Because in the end, democracy don't just depend on elections, they depend on whether people can rebuild trust after a deep disagreement. So here's my question for you. If someone sincerely regrets a political choice that had real consequences, should they be welcomed back with open arms, or should trust have to be earned over time? Share your thoughts in the comments respectfully, and before you go, do well to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next.